you mark it exactly every time, then you'll get the same exact angle every time. The lines on a ruler are generally pretty damn straight, unless you fucked with the ruler, because then, yeah. But, yeah, that's how you do that. I started out at 45 here, and I just kept going along with the ruler. You just line it up perfectly with the last one, and you draw the line and go along. You don't need a jig. Well, unless you're building a whole bunch of bikes, but then you do this first, and then you build the jig around this. Or you build the frame first, and then you build a jig. Or you build a jig, and then you build a bike. But I'm doing this first, because this might be the only bike I build in this form. I know I'm never going to do something this big again. Unless I go even more insane. But then you just take this and put it in place. Of course, you draw this line in, and then you put it in place. Then you make sure everything's straight, and then I'm blowing because there's mosquitoes. And then this is the same thickness as this stuff. I actually cut it out of this stuff. I cut this out of this. It was a big long L beam. So yeah, I've got one here and one shim here, so everything sits flat in the same plane as this will sit. And then once I can line everything up, I'll be able to put it, I'll line it all up, and I'll be able to tack it in place. And then I'll take it off of this board here and clamp it up and weld everything. First, what I'll do is I'll tack it. I'll clamp it and tack it, and then make sure everything is straight. And then I will do stuff. So now I have everything set up the way I want it. And as you can see, I've marked where where everything needs to stay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully remove myself from my redneck table and weld it up. So now that it's tacked in one spot and it's all still lined up perfectly, I'm going to very carefully take it off of this faux jig and set it back up in the garage with its rear end stabilizer put back on. And I'm going to weld it up the rest of the way on the other side. I said that wrong. I'm going to clamp it. Ooh, that's hot. Clamp it and do it. I keep touching it. I'm going to clamp it and do another tack. I don't know why I touched that. It really hurt. Don't touch hot things. And then I'm going to put the forks on and make sure everything's straight. Alright, so I forgot to film, but I've got it back in the garage now. The fork is back on. I'm sitting on the seat. Everything is straight. This is up a lot higher than I was hoping it would be, but I'm not going to go back and fix it. So I might put a compass in there or something just to look cool. I've got a tack there and on the other side. I've confirmed that everything is straight. I put the forks on and then I went and took them back off. In the process, I broke that part off of there, like that one. I broke that off of there. You can see where it was welded on. But yeah, I'm just gonna weld this up now, and it's almost dark now. And I have to stop banging around and making noise at 9, so it's about 8:30 now, ish. Alright, all welded up, welder's still on, just got finished, really hot. Now all I've got left is forks, fixed, suspension, straightening this part, finishing the seat, suspension, paint. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. And then it's rideable. And then I want a battery, eventually electric, lights, and an air horn. But that's all for tonight. I'm done. I'm gonna go inside now. I'm tired. Good night. Alright, so it's Labor Day here on Monday. And I've got everything aligned now. Everything is all welded up and straight and aligned. Now all I have left is the drivetrain. And it's gonna, well, it's not the only thing. It's gonna sit in here somewhere. And then the derailleur is gonna have to sit upside down. And that really sucks. It's gonna sit in here. And then the derailleur is gonna go here, upside down. I could make it ride that high. It's now Wednesday. Wouldn't that be fucking insane? It'd be ridiculous. I kinda like it at the same time. That way I wouldn't have to cut the forks down again. Maybe it's better if I cut the forks, because then the plow bit doesn't have to be as hefty. Because right now, that's almost level. The bottom bar, right there, the bottom bar is almost level. The front end dips down a little bit. So you can see how much fork I have to cut to get everything to work. But maybe that's a better thing, because then the plow arms don't have to be as long. Yeah, I think I'll cut it. It's really cool though. I'm gonna take some pictures. I might figure out a way to make it a stilt bike too. For the summer it'll be a stilt bike. I mean a short stilt bike, but still. I'll look into it. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this thing looks really cool from where I'm standing. I'm not paying much attention to the camera, sorry. I'm Byron. It's fucking ridiculous, man. So it is now, let's see, the 9th of September, 2016. And I completely forgot to start recording. I got sucked into the music. But as you can see what's new. This is new, this is new, this is new. It actually spins pretty well. I've got this up so tall so that I can coast. You see how this is welded here and here? So it will not coast. And then I'm going to have a sprocket here going back to the rear wheel, which, let me see where that is. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. And this is going to be set up on the end of the bearing tube. This bit here is going to be chopped off. This is going to be chopped off right here-ish. And this bit will be welded on to the rear axle.
or the wheel, not the axle, the wheel. No coasting at all. In here, I'm going to have something set up with 2 derailleurs, and I'll have a wheel here, a small wheel here, set up in here somewhere, so that I can pull a lever up on the handlebars or on the top tube and have it expand and pull the chain off of this, so there is no drive, and this will just spin with the rear wheel. Also, eventually I have it set up like this, and there'll be another brace in here somewhere, probably underneath, so I can stick a motor here. Either this motor, or I'll get an electric motorcycle motor. I'm Canadian. Come on. No, I'm not. There's a lot of Canadians around here. That's why I talk like that. And then I'll figure out how that works. Actually, you know, I might not do it that way. I haven't really thought about the motor part yet. I'm just happy to have the bike almost done.